Hello students, welcome back to the online MCQ practice lecture series. Today we will see some another MCQs. Just read the question first. Over here one transistor circuit is given that you can see, for which this specific input and output currents are identified. Now you can see this over here, the particular input voltage and the Ohm's law relation can be identified. So based on our standard formula for the transistor concept, we can identify some specific relations. So our first formula was according to Kirchhoff's law and Ohm's law. For the input circuit was VI is equals to IBRB plus VBE. That means input voltage relation. If you can recall the specific Ohm's law for input resistance, you can identify the first equation over here. So as per the question, you can see this input voltage which is available for the circuit, that is 20 volt which is available, and after that 20 volt you have to put, in case of VI we can put down this 20, current B IB, that is unknown, so it is not replaced over here. In case of RB, you can see this into the circuit that is given 500 kilo ohm. So obviously we have to convert this kilo into 10 to the power 3, and the VBE voltage you can see into the question, that is 0 value. So just we have to put the basic formula for the input current value and input voltage value for the first part. So obviously in that case we will make subject to the current IB, so base current will be obtained. Now VI is substituted 20. In case of RB, 500 into 10 is to 3. So after calculating this, we will get 40 microampere current value in case of IB. At the same time, for collector current value, we have to follow the same output voltage equation, that is nothing but VCC is equals to, again Ohm's law, that means ICRC plus VCE. So if you go through the particular voltage for VCC, obviously again that would be 20 only, it will remain constant. That's why as per VI we can put VCC. In case of IC, that is unknown, that we have to find out, so we'll make the subject to the IC. In case of RC, you can identify the circuit. You can identify the circuit, that is 4 kilo ohm resistance is given. So in place of RC, we have to put 4 into 10 raised to 3. At the same time, VCE as per the question which is given, that is 0. So just we have to replace 0 over here. Now after making subject to the IC, we'll get the particular current, that is 5 milliampere. Now to identify this current gain, we have to put beta is equals to IC upon IB. So both the answers are already available. Just we need to place the particular values. IC is equals to 5 milliampere. That's why it is converted into 10 raised to minus 3. Where in case of IB, we have to substitute 40 microampere. So in place of micro, we will place 10 raised to minus 6. So the final answer would be 125. So this one is the shortest trick by which you can identify the particular answer. So final answer would be the fourth option. Now after that, the question number 7, in PN junction diode, change in temperature due to heating. So basically it is a theory based question. So obviously we need to think about the first reactivity of PN junction diode and its relation to the change with the temperature condition. So just identify the four options first. It says that when the temperature gets changed, only reverse resistance or a forward resistance gets affected. But it's not like that, because already circuit is continuously joined. Third point, that is does not affect the resistance of PN junction. It's not like that, because when the temperature is going to be there, obviously in PN junction diode, we all know that that is silicon, means semiconductors are placed. So obviously when the heat is beyond the particular cutoff frequency, we can say that these bondings are going to break, and finally it may affect the different electron pair activity. So electron hole pair activity can get disturbed, and finally it affects overall V and I characteristics of the PN junction. So based on the theoretical part, the answer number 4 would be the true answer. So clear with this? Next one, that is about the 8th number question. Just read it first. A small sphere with a radius of r falls from the rest in a viscous liquid. So obviously you must need to recall the chapter, that is fluid mechanics. This question is belonging to the concept of fluid mechanics. So one sphere with the radius of r is given over here. Now from the rest in a viscous liquid, that means sphere is completely fall down into the viscous liquid. Now as a result, what happens? Heat is produced due to viscous force. Over here heat is produced due to viscous force, and then the rate of production of heat. So obviously we can say that rate of production of heat is denoted by dq by dt when the sphere attains the terminal velocity. So in that case, you can think about the mechanics concept, and basic formula of the power P is equals to force into velocity. As simple as that. You can recall chapter number 6 work energy power. So उसमें ये basic formula था power का, P is equals to force into velocity. This power is nothing but the ultimately rate of production of heat. That's why we can write down that is dq by dt. Over here the force, that is nothing but the viscous force, and it attains the terminal velocity. So in place of v, we can replace this vt. Now this rate of heat production will remain dq by dt as such, but you have to recall the viscous force. It was identified through the concept of Stokes law. मीन्स आपको स्टॉक्स लॉ याद करना है, और ये विस्कस फोर्स के इक्वेशन में यहां पर आपको 6 पाई ईटा आरवी रिप्लेस करना है, उसका स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मूला. सो यू कैन सी दिस टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी के सिवाय जितने भी स्टेप्स यहां पर दिखते हैं कंपोनेंट, वो सारे कांस्टेंट वैल्यूज है. आर और वीटी को छोड़कर वो सारे पॉइंट्स कैसे है? कांस्टेंट वैल्यू में. सो ऑब्वियसली 6 पाई ईटा को हम यहां पर रिमूव करके प्रोपोर्शनलिटी हमने रिप्लेस कर दी. सो सिंपली रिमेनिंग इज आर वीटी स्क्वायर. बट when you think about the Stokes law, the last formula of the Stokes law related to the terminal velocity. Terminal velocity का जो basic formula था, that was 2 by 9 r square g upon eta rho minus sigma. Now from this equation you can realize that Vt terminal velocity is directly proportional to the square of the radius. So obviously from this particular relation, this r square can be replaced over here in place of Vt. So obviously in place of Vt we will put r square. So again the square of the Vt is also available. So 2 to the 4 plus already r1 was already available. So 4 plus 1, that means the total power will become 5. So final relation we can say rate of heat production is directly proportional to the r raised to 5. So out of these 4 options, the answer number 3 would be the right option. Please keep in mind, this numerical belongs to the fluid mechanics, but it involves the concept of work energy power and also involves the concept of Stokes law. So it is a combination of applications of mechanics. Let us move forward to the next question. You can just read the question first. A sample of 0.1 gram of water is given with a definite temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Obviously, one normal pressure is also given which requires 54 calorie. See, you need to recall this. ये चीज आपको अच्छी तरह से याद आनी चाहिए कि यहां पर कैलोरी है. दैट मीन्स वी हैव टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू द जूल. मीन्स कैलोरी को अगर जूल में आपको कन्वर्ट करना है, you have to multiply that with the 4.18. सो ये पहली चीज यहां पर आपको रिकॉग्नाइज करनी पड़ेगी. सो अल्टीमेटली एट द particular steam point, that is 100 degrees Celsius, which is given. Now if the volume of steam produced is 167.1 cc, that is cubic centimeter, the change in the internal energy, means this particular numerical is from the concept of thermodynamics. So based on the thermodynamic first law, we can say that the standard formula should be written over here. Now you can see this, the standard formula which I have written over here, that is delta U is equals to delta Q minus delta W. So जैसा कि मैंने बोला 54 कैलोरी था, तो सबसे पहले उसको यहां पर जूल में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. मीन्स ये 54 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 4.18, जब आप मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो उसका आंसर आपको यहां मिलता है 225.72 माइनस ये हो गया प्रेशर. तो प्रेशर को हम रिप्लेस करेंगे 1.013 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 5. मीन्स ये हमारा स्टैंडर्ड जो एटमोस्फियरिक को हम कन्वर्ट करते हैं न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर में, वो वैल्यू ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन में दी गई है. नाउ दी वॉल्यूम डिफरेंस, सी when we have to identify the volume, you can see this one that is available 167.1. so basically that is the final one, and the initially you can see this that was 0.1. so we can replace this 167.1 minus 0.1. over here there was a cubic centimeter, so obviously it has to be converted. So that's why we have converted that particular values. Now when we simplify this component, means ये माइनस से लेकर ये पूरा पॉइंट जब हम सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे, इतना पॉइंट जब हम सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे, विल गेट दिस होल वैल्यू. नाउ इसको जब हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, सो आवर आंसर वुड बी 16.917. देन it has to be subtract from this, and the final answer would be 208.8 joule. So out of these four options, the correct one is second. Now the next one, that is number 10. Just read the question first. Over here, two wires are there which is made up of same material. Please make sure the wire is made up of same material and have the same volume. So obviously characteristic identification must be there. The first wire has cross sectional area capital A, and the second wire has a cross sectional area that is 3A. means both the wire contains different cross sectional area. Please keep in mind, if the length of the first wire is increased by delta L, जो फर्स्ट वायर है उसका लेंथ इंक्रीज किया गया है, दैट इज डेल्टा एल. कैसे? बाय अप्लाइंग द फोर्स कैपिटल एफ. हाउ मच फोर्स इज नीडेड टू स्ट्रेच द सेकेंड वायर बाय सेम अमाउंट. मीन्स अगर हमको सिंपली सेकेंड वायर को स्ट्रेच करना है, तो अल्टीमेटली कितना फोर्स रिक्वायर्ड है एज कंपेयर टू फर्स्ट वन, वो हमें यहां पर आइडेंटिफाई करना है. तो ऑब्वियसली फ्रॉम दिस क्वेश्चन वी कैन से दैट इट इज फ्रॉम द सॉलिड मैकेनिक्स. सो वन एंड ओनली द बेस्ट आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ सॉलिड मैकेनिक्स इज द relation of stress and strain. So we have to put the standard formula of that from the Hooke's law, that is sigma proportional to epsilon. In case of proportionality, we can remove and we have to put down Young's modulus. It is also known as modulus of elasticity. In case of stress, obviously the standard formula is going to replace, that is nothing but the force upon area, where in case of strain it is going to replace with the delta L by L, that is change in length upon its original length. Now what we have to do, just make subject to the value of force, identify the force, means ये एरिया सामने जाएगा तो मल्टीप्लीकेशन में चला जाएगा. Now we all know that our standard formula, volume is equals to area into length. So obviously जब हम लेंथ को सब्जेक्ट बनाएंगे तो फाइनली इट वुड बी वॉल्यूम अपॉन एरिया. सो जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पर लेंथ है, वो लेंथ को मैंने यहाँ पर रिप्लेस कर दिया, ये वॉल्यूम लिखा, अपॉन क्या आएगा, एरिया. सो ऑब्वियसली डिनोमिनेटर टू द डिनोमिनेटर विल गोज टू द न्यूमरेटर. सो ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर ए था और दूसरे ए की एंट्री हुई तो ऑब्वियसली ये क्या हो गया, स्क्वायर रिलेशन हो गया. नाउ यू कैन सी दिस कि यहाँ पर जो फोर्स का ये बेसिक इक्वेशन हमें यहाँ पर मिला, उसमें एज पर द क्वेश्चन व्हाट यू से, चेंज इन लेंथ एंड वॉल्यूम दोनों कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है. यंग्स मॉड्यूलस इटसेल्फ कांस्टेंट है. दैट मींस फोर्स इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द square of the area. Force is directly proportional to the square of the area. We have to put 2 times the force value. For the first case that is F1. For second case it would be F2. Obviously उसके सामने क्या आएगा, A1 by A2. इनिशियली जो फर्स्ट वायर था उसका एरिया A है तो हमने A1 की जगह कैपिटल A रखा और A2 की जगह हम रखेंगे 3A. A2 की जगह क्या रखेंगे, 3A, बिकॉज इट इज ऑलरेडी इन द क्वेश्चन. लुक एट ओवर हियर, सेकेंड वायर था उसका क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया कितना था, 3A. तो फाइनली वी कैन से एरिया इज गोइंग टू कैंसल आउट. दिस वुड बी 1/9. F1 को हम ओरिजिनल फोर्स बोलेंगे, सो ये 9 F के साथ मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा एंड द फाइनल फोर्स वुड बी 9F. So out of these 4 options, first is the true one. So stay connected with us for our next MCQ session. Thank you.